Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Friday, January 1st, 2016. Ra and Black Wolf here in the Lynn-Life, Betty Jean in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension and to some extent the non-physical, but all of us in the subatomic levels from the perspective of the spirit world viewers. We had a deadline come and go last night. Our perception is we didn't do very well with regard to completing the assignment, and that's okay. The next deadline is upon us, January 17th, 2016. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now, in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. Wiser minds above, having noticed the divine plan wasn't coming together, have given it a deadline, January 17th, 2017, and noticing that for the most part, everybody in our collection of dimensions is in lockdown, oppositional, defiant resistance to their own soul plans, wiser minds above have decided that what needs to happen by January 17th, 2017 is a collective restart so that we can all begin again. Push the reset button. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. I'm sitting in someone's office and answering questions. What do you know? I know that it's important for team members to receive a balance of assistance for their personal efforts and assignments that stretch them to grow and become and face their fears and do what they don't want to do.
That's true.
And one without the other doesn't work. Either one without the other doesn't work. That's right. And what does this mean? Well, this is why Luce, for example, is working to run cables while he also sorts most true from least true and burns least true, and presumably the topic that he's using for his sorting has to do with the supplies. That would be the way that he could weave all three aspects of his assignment together.
That's true.
So that he can do them all at once. That's right. Is Luce doing that? This voice is asking me.
No.
Not like that.
That's true.
Luce, can you hear that? I think he can.
I think he can.
He's saying he just wasn't using the supplies topic, and of course he's acknowledging that he was forgetting to burn least true. He was running skinny cables slowly and working at a level that he believes he can sustain for another day.
That's true.
And if he can do it for 2 days, then he can do it for 4 days. We know this. And if he can do it for 4 days, he can do it for a week. And if he can run cables for a week, he can run cables for 2 weeks and a month. And as long as needs to occur. So that's good. And he's been sorting most true from least true, and that's good.
That's true.
He's been forgetting to burn the least true, and that's, of course, how Pan came up with warehouses full of excuse lies.
That's true.
So that's an absolutely crucial move. And he's been using other topics to sort most true from least true, not the supplies. Here's where some fear comes up. I wonder why. It feels along the lines of, what if I can't resolve this problem fully?
That's true.
We don't worry about what we can't do. We do what we can do. We keep going. We make progress. We chip away at the mountain until what's left is the beautiful statue.
He still doesn't feel like he's changing what he's doing.
No, I don't feel a change. Luce, listen, that's the assignment. Either do the assignment or you're going to be sorted out. Your energy body is too big to hang around here. This is the same error that Glenn is making over and over again, and has been making for as long as I've known Glenn, is to change the assignment, pretend that the assignment changed when the assignment didn't change, and do something other than the assignment.
That's true.
And I've done this too. We all do this. So I'm not pointing fingers at you and Glenn,
No.
I do it too. Me too, me too, me too, me too. But it's a pattern that has really poisoned Glenn.
That's true.
And can poison you.
Luce's head feels so tight that it's almost hard for him to hear anything.
Stretch long.
I think there's so many untruths built up that they're stacking up around him.
Burn.
Burn.
Luce, burn. Just burn all of this. Burn all of this. All of us. Let's merge in to the search for truth pillar. Stretch long and burn. Remember this essential question posed to wiser minds above. How should I think about this? Tell me how to think about this. Tell me how to frame this. Give me the mental framework. Consider that Pict is a friend who really likes you and has been here with you, watching you struggle with your issues as we all struggle with our issues. This is not unique to Luce. This is how we all are.
That's true.
And he wants to help you. Now the question is how to help you.
Luce is nodding and his head is opening up a little bit.
The assignment for the sorting exercise is to sort most true from least true, burn least true, like a heartbeat, like a breath, like
That's
an
true.
inhale and exhale. Sort most true from least true and burn least true. The assignment is not sort most true from least true, and when you get around to it, burn least true.
That's true.
The pencil point is tapping,
Yes.
and that means there are other team members who need attention, and
That's
one of
true.
those team members is clearly Black Wolf.
Yes, I feel that.
This so-called Black Wolf experiment, I don't know that it came with poor intention, but if it did have poor intention, that's what poor intention would look like, is the way this experiment has played out.
That's true.
The opportunity in front of Black Wolf and us as Black Wolf's friends and co-workers is to get Black Wolf back to the point he was before he stepped out of the seat. That's when the experiment was triggered,
That's true.
and that's when things started to go bad, hard and fast for Black Wolf.
That's true. And the channels got tangled and twisted.
So now, my story is those channels, he shaved them off, and now he's just kind of squeezing his energy body to release the gook that
That's
came
true.
in when his channels were out
That's true.
into the surroundings, especially doing the work he was doing, clearing thing one's pillar and digging down through the lies in the search for truth pillar.
That's true.
Channels down into the lies has messed him up. So now the channels are off, and he's growing them again, straight up, and the goop, the lies, needs to be compressed out somehow.
That's true.
We can probably all compress ourselves as a community. We can merge and use that toothpaste tube maneuver
Squeeze it out.
to squeeze the lies and burn them as they come out. I think I get the point that this presence is trying to make, and that's that this is the day following a deadline,
That's
and
true.
we need to be working toward the next deadline, but also really assess where the team members are with regard to following their assignments, doing their jobs, and help them.
That's true.
That sounds like a poor plan to me. It sounds like stopping the forward motion. We're never supposed to stop the forward motion.
Well, that's true. Well, it could be that I'm looking at it wrong, and it's a question of keeping awareness while keeping the forward motion.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Okay, that feels better.
It feels better.
Luce, you have to do it or leave. Those are you cannot sit around not doing the work. We're getting ready to do a sort, and you're probably going to sort out unless you start doing the work. That's what's going to happen. Now we have to work toward that sort. I don't know where to sort the souls, but
I don't know.
a sort is coming, and with the attitude that you have, you're going to sort out. So you need to adjust your attitude if you want to stay.
That's true.
I think we assume we'll be sorting him out.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Luce, I think what's really going on for you is you're afraid of the supplies assignment, and therefore you're choosing to get angry about something that doesn't really trigger you. You're just making a choice to become angry
That's
and
true.
hostile. Listen, don't worry about the supplies assignment. Anything you can do is an improvement. If you can't do anything, you will have joined the long list of people who have failed at that assignment.
That's true.
You won't be the only one. You'll be one of all of us who have failed. All of the rest of us have tried that and failed.
That's true.
You have an opportunity to try it. Anything you can do is an improvement over what we've done. If you can't do anything, it's no skin off your nose, no skin off our nose. Oh well, Luce can't do it either.
That's true.
That's all.
An attitude of experimentation goes a long way.
It really does. Just be curious. Be curious about what you can do
That's
with
true.
the supplies. Try something and see. That's all.
That's true.
If you try it and you're no more successful than the rest of us have been, then there'll be another assignment that comes for you. But until that assignment has been attempted really wholeheartedly, then it's probably not going to be removed from your job ticket. That's not
That's
how
true.
it works. The system doesn't take away the jobs until we've actually gone for it.
That's true.
For the most part, there are exceptions to that, but the exceptions are worse.
That is true. It will still be there.
Well, if it's not there, something worse is coming,
That's
something
true.
less desirable is coming. When we used to do this stretch, merge, and burn exercise as a community, we had one person designated as the burner. They wore a
That's true.
burn shirt like the soccer goalies.
That's true.
And that might be helpful right now, having someone come around and burn the lies that we have all accumulated, and especially as we're stretching. More lies are released
That's true.
from various levels of presence that can then be burned. Who wants the burn jersey? How about you, Betty Jean?
Sure, I'll do it.
Fabulous.